based on the first few weeks of summer. We also have this split is really promising to be a close race for the top of the European LCS. And we also asked Zven for power rankings coming out of week 2. So let's take a look. We put all the teams together and had the full 10. You scribbled them up for us. And in the S tier, we find Fnatic, G2 Esports, Unicorns of Love, and H2K. Then Splice and Misfits Gaming, Vitality in a tier of their own. And under that, Roccat, the Ninjas in Pajamas, and Mysterious Monkeys. And of course, I immediately want to go to that Vitality B tier for you, because to us, it's been quite, the question if they were ever going to rise, but you seem to believe that they can rise above.
I don't know if they can rise above Misfits and Splice. I thought they were going to be better than they are right now, but they seem to be not as good as I thought they were. Even when they get early game leads, like they were games against Splice, Joko gets first blood in both games, Nidok has 4 kills on the Fizz against Syndra, nothing happens, teamfight lost, and then the game is over.
Yeah.
They had everything going for them, and just collapsed at some point. Joko has 2 kills in 3 minutes against Splice in the second game, and still nothing happens in the game. They just don't seem, they can find the leads, but they can't find anything else than the lead, right? So they are in their own tier. I think they can still beat Roccat, Ninjas, and Pajamas, and Mysterious Monkeys, but they can't beat anyone else on that as of right now, at least. So, yeah, that's where they are.
Xerxes, is there anything that stands out to you that you would have drastically put somewhere else?
Based on skins, I would say Vitality are doing much better in skins than they are doing on stage. It seems like they're not playing the same, like it's totally a different team on the stage, and then when you play against them.
Yeah, that is definitely also interesting, seeing that they have a very experienced coach coming in. They have some very experienced players.
Yeah, we are still asking the question, can Yamato Cannon fix some of the bad habits maybe that Vitality's legacy players have got? I think there's one thing I've got to ask. There's a lot of teams, it's gone now. There's a lot of teams up in the S tier. You're putting alongside G2. Are you telling me that Unicorns, H2K, Fnatic, can take a game off of SKT, or is this just some modesty, Zven? Is that what you're saying?
That's not really how it works. Like, just because some team beats some team, one game doesn't really make that other team that beat them better than them, But I do think that Unicorns, HK, and Fnatic are all good teams that could take games off each other. Like on different days, different teams could win. So they're in their own tier for a reason, and they're the best teams. And I think they can beat everyone else, but they could lose to each other or win against each other, I think.
Looking at that, to me, and also the way the games are feeling and the big top matchups that we've had, it feels just to be shaping up to a very interesting top 4, where it is closer than in spring, and it is closer to than last year as well, Xerxes. Do you feel the same way? The matchups are closer, and G2 just seems more beatable. I think that's maybe the...
I think G2 seems beatable right now because they haven't played much on this page, but I think in few weeks / months, I think they will be at the top again. And I think the best teams right now are G2, UL or Fnatic, then H2K.
Yeah, we put H2K maybe in a different tier, right under?
To be fair, we didn't have this match to judge from before we made the power ranking, so we couldn't have known this was the outcome of the match, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And it'd be super interesting when after next week we go into the cross-group play and we will see, finally how it's all going to play out. Anything about the bottom of the table? Stress, Mysterious Monkeys, I still feel like they could make a run for some higher spot when they go up against some of the teams that are more their caliber.
I also feel like they can beat Vitality. I think I agree that Vitality should be on a tier above, but I think if there's one team that's going to drop a game that maybe shouldn't, it would be Vitality against Mysterious Monkeys.
All right. Well, that was very interesting, Zven. Thanks for going on the record with that. We'll have a check-in later in the split and see how it all pans out.